imagine if I say that it's not about finishing. It's not about an objective being complete. That's true in a game. It's true in a career. It's true in life. It's true in relationships. What if I went to the coffee shop and I said, my goal is to drink all of the coffee that is inside the coffee shop. And when I've finished consuming all of the beverages that are inside the coffee shop, then at that point I will be able to say that I have 100% completed the content of the coffee shop. And if I didn't do that, then I've missed the point. That would make no sense, because we don't go to the coffee shop so that we can drink all of the coffee in it. We go there because we're looking for connection. That's the truth, because generally, if you just want a cup of coffee, it's not particularly hard to make it at home. If you're extremely fanatical about your coffee drinking habits, you probably could find a more cost-effective way than going to Starbucks. The reason why high-end coffee has become popular is because people like to be able to go and make a connection. Maybe it's a small connection. You just say good morning to the barista and you say that you want a venti vanilla latte, and they make it for you and hopefully give it to you with a smile. But it's still a little meaningful connection that just might add a little bit of joy into your day. Or maybe you go there with a friend or a family member, and it's an opportunity to have that third place experience. A place that's not home, and it's not work. It's something that lets you connect in a way that you wouldn't be able to do anywhere else. The point I'm getting at is it's not about the coffee at all. It's about the sense of being part of something, the sense of being connected. And with so many things in life, we always like to attach some kind of an external goal to what we're doing. We like to say, well, if I finish, then I will be able to be happy that I have done what I set forth to do. People will buy a game for $60 and put 500 hours into it and then say, well, I didn't get my money's worth out of the game because it wasn't good enough in one way or another. And it's not really about not getting their money worth out of it. That's not really what it is. What it really is that they have that sense that they put a bunch of time into something and it didn't really do anything meaningful for them. Like, they don't feel like they can be proud of their accomplishment. They don't feel like the achievement is meaningful. It feels vaguely empty. And there's nothing worse than that nagging feeling that you haven't quite done enough with your time, that you somehow wasted a part of your life. And that's something that we fight with all the time. It could be that sense that you should go to bed, but then you don't want to go to bed because you know you have to go to work in the morning, and you have that feeling that you want to, I guess, get a little bit of your time back. So then you're going to force yourself to stay up late so that you can do a little bit of something, because you know, nobody wants to feel like they weren't able to live their life, that, you know, they were just a cog in the machine. But the point I'm getting at is just that we need to look at life through the lens of connection instead of completion. If you're playing a game, the goal isn't to finish the game. The goal is to be present in it for the period of time that you're playing it. If I go for a walk, the goal is not to go see everything there is that I could possibly see. It's to enjoy the experience of being there at that specific moment and enjoying the experience. If I go to work, my goal is not to make a specific amount of money. It's not to achieve something specific over the next 5 years or decade. It's not to get a promotion or anything like that. It's to be attentive to people, to make people feel seen and valued, to build connections which are meaningful, and to express an attitude of love and sharing as I go about my general duties. That's what it's really about. It's about connection. If you're in a committed relationship with someone, it's not about saying, well, our relationship is going to have added meaning and it will be successful if we're able to achieve these specific benchmarks. It's not about that. It's about enjoying every day. And if you were to be able to truly, honestly say that you spent every day doing things that you love, and that's how you spent your life every day, making meaningful connections, sharing meaningful experiences, and just being present in a mindful way about everything you did, then yeah, you'd probably achieve a lot of things. You'd probably get a lot of things done. You probably would get through a lot of content. You probably would try a lot of different things. But that wouldn't be the goal. The goal would just be to make meaningful connections. And as you make meaningful connections, then you build a meaningful life. But it also takes a lot of weight away when you realize that the purpose of your life, the purpose of your day, is not to achieve some specific result that's going to require a lot of days of grinding. It's going to require a lot of weekends of working. It's going to take years of effort, and then maybe, just maybe, you'd be able to say that you did it. And even if you do achieve some measure of success, you think in your head, there's still going to be so many things I never was able to do. So many places I was never able to go. So many sites I was never able to visit. So many games I was never able to 100%. So many relationships I was never able to have. We can't do everything in life and everything in the world. It just doesn't work. But we can make every day something that we choose instead of something that's lived on autopilot. We can choose to live our days guided by things which give us a sense of love and joy instead of cynicism and expectation. I found myself often going back to watch movies on the Hallmark Channel, or going to those friendly, positive experiences in gaming that feel open-ended, and don't leave me feeling like there's something left on the table that's incomplete, that I'm not good enough or complete enough if I don't play just a little bit more. We tend to have that feeling that if we somehow could drink all of the water in the ocean, then we would not be thirsty anymore. And if we can't, then we're not good enough. But if you did that, well, it would destroy your life, because the funny thing about water is that water has differing amounts of value depending on where it is and where you are in relation to it. If you go to a resort somewhere in maybe Las Vegas or something, maybe you'll find a bottle of water for sale for $9. Little bottle of water for almost $10, because the retailer knows the desperate tourist is going to pay the money for that bottle of water in the desert city. Or if you're at home, maybe water is just free. You can pour a gallon out of your tap, no trouble. So isn't it interesting how that bottle of water could be worth $10 in one place, or it could be absolutely free somewhere else? Or if you were in the middle of the ocean and your ship was sinking, then you'd give your life to be free from the consuming power of the waves. So moderation is important. Context is important. But to say that more of something is inevitably going to give you a better experience, well, that's a bit of a falsehood. It's not about having more of things. It's about making more of the things that you have, the things that you're doing, the life that you're living. It's about practicing love every day so that you can say, I don't need to do more, but I will make a point to keep on talking, to keep on sharing, to keep on having conversations. I knew a guy a while ago, and he would always go for long walks up the tall hill we called Mount Helena in Helena, Montana. And it wasn't about the hill. It wasn't about the climb. It was about the activity of the climb. It was about having something to do. It was about continuing to follow the path week after week. And it gave him a sense of purpose, and it was good for his health and all of that. That's life. It's about making connections. And if every day you're always looking at the things you do through the lens of how can I build, with this time that I have, with this experience I'm enjoying, more connections? How can I share my life in a way that makes me feel less alone and makes others feel less alone? If you can do that, then it doesn't matter what you get done. It doesn't matter what the medium is. It doesn't matter whether it's hanging out in person somewhere or playing a game and sharing that experience with an online community, or maybe chatting with people online, or maybe supporting clients in some sort of a workplace environment. Whatever it is, when you find ways to enjoy your life and then to share that enjoyment with others, that's what gives life a sense of texture and meaning. And we should enjoy the work others do. We should enjoy consuming content others produce. And we should also seek to share our journey with others so that they can gain something from it. And you say, well, what do I do? Like, what is the goal, right? Well, it's not about what you're doing. It's just about making sure that you keep on doing it. Keep on doing something. Like every day. Try to cut out the autopilot. Try to cut out the scrolling. Try to cut out the things you never planned to do that just took up a bunch of your time. And instead, focus on things you choose to do. Plans you choose to make. Moments you choose to experience. Let those be the defining anchors of your life. And focus on things that are positive instead of things which might be more divisive, things that might put people at odds with each other. Focus on those things, because life is not meant to be something that is short and miserable. It should be something that is long and easy in our minds. Somebody asked a group of people, do you believe that life is short and easy, or do you believe that it is well, no, they said, do you believe that life is long and easy, or do you believe that it is short and hard? And they said the people who tend to be of the mind that life is short and it is difficult, they tended not to live as long as the people who said that they viewed life as long and largely easy. The people who view life naturally as a blessing, who are relaxed about their interpretation of it, they usually wind up having a better life, by and large, than the people who are cynical about the condition of living. And that's something to be mindful of, because we always have the opportunity to, make the most out of every day, and either be living a life of joy, or to be, continually frustrated. And if you're frustrated, if you're always thinking, well, if I somehow could do a bit more, if I could be a little bit better, if I could, accomplish something just a little more than what I have already accomplished, then I would be happy, or something like that. Well, you're kind of missing the point, and then you spend your whole life being kind of, I guess, cynical and angry because it's never good enough, right? But if you just say, well, how can we have some good experiences, and how can we share those experiences with others? Well, just think about how good your life would be. Think about it from the perspective of a romantic relationship. If you said, well, I'm going to enjoy every single day I have with my partner, one way or another. Well, think about that versus if you said, if we can accomplish these benchmarks, and we can do these things with our career, and we can reach these financial milestones, and we can, do this and that thing, then we can say that we had, a successful marriage. If we can do all of that stuff, well, then you're probably not, right? Because love is not measured by success. It's measured by being present in the moment. That's true for video games. It's true for the way we conduct our careers. It's true for our social relationships. It's true for everything. And if you can just get it in your head, I'm gonna be mindful about how I spend my time, but I'm not going to spend my time thinking that I need to somehow do more, or believing that I'm not doing enough, or thinking that I have to, reach some sort of arbitrary score of completion before I can genuinely allow myself to be happy. Then you just, you just live every day, and you understand that the key to a successful life isn't 10 years down the road. It's not at the end of your life that we're going to tally up the ledger and see whether you lived your life good enough to be able to say it was meaningful. It's just today. Today we're not quitting. Today we're going to keep on going. Today we're going to keep making some content. We're going to keep on playing games. We're going to keep on making friends. We're going to keep on following through. We're going to keep on trying our best to deliver something meaningful to make someone's day or life better. And in the end, it doesn't matter what we get done or what we don't, but chances are, if that's how we live our life, and we're always looking at it through the perspective of joy, service, and sharing, our lives are probably going to wind up being full of a lot of stories that are meaningful and worthy of the legacy we would hope to have. So always strive to make every day a happy one. And remember, you aren't alone. And if you can, try to find ways to make others feel less alone in their journey as well. Till next time, thanks so much for watching.